All right, on this episode of the RSL Random Fan Podcast, we briefly, and I mean briefly, talk about the Kyoto Taro match, whatever that was, but we spend way too much time talking about the Red Bull victory over Real Salt Lake, which was not our fault. Right, Tyler?
No, we blame every single person on the back line and half the midfield for all of the goals. And in fact, it's a fun breakdown, and we yell at each other for it, too.
Yeah. And glad didn't make that foul.
Oh, at the very
even
end?
close. Nope.
Not
even.
But you can't review it.
Nope, you can't.
There's so many things you can't review.
Not when you're in New York and you're a pro ref. You just can't review things.
You just get angry, and then you make that team win.
Absolutely.
And what do we learn? Don't make them mad.
Don't make them mad.
All this and more in the RSL Random Fan Podcast. Let's jump into the starting lineup. RSL versus New York Red Bull at Sports Illustrated Stadium.
No longer Red Bull Arena.
That's right.
Yep.
I didn't even think Sports Illustrated had enough money to pay.
Sports Illustrated has a lot of money. What are you talking
Until they
about?
merged with that other company, and then they kept the Sports Illustrated brand. And anyway, there's a lot of mergers and acquisitions in the back to keep
Okay,
Sports
let it-
Illustrated.
You were very
alive.
well versed, you know?
He's a finance guy. So he says.
I'm a company guy. I like to know the way companies work and who owns what. So anyway,
So the lineup for Sports Illustrated, no, I was kidding. For the game, Cabral in goal, and we had Noel Caliscan, Justin Glad, Brian Vera, Junka on the left back, making up the back line, Ojeda and Anelli, the pivots, and Diogo and Diego, one on the right, one on the left, and Agata and Gozo up top. That's your starting lineup. And then on the bench, in case you were curious, Ruiz, Hidalgo, Russell, Quinton, Kirk Vliet, Catranis, Mark Chuk, Piol, and Ron Cruz, the new man. So, thoughts on... Did you want to go over the New York Red Bulls starting lineup? Anything to throw in there?
I think we'll get at them in a minute, right?
Absolutely.
Let's go then. Start with early goal from RSL. Boom, right out of the box.
Yeah, it was a beautiful play. Won the ball out of the back, played it to Anelli quick, and it's the play we've all been sitting in the box calling for. Diego gets into those pockets really well, and sometimes they miss him. And Anelli hit him, and he turned quick and just played the ball straight through. And Agata just ran onto it. It was 2-on-1. He played a nice ball ahead to Gozo, and this is where you could tell that the pitch was
Oh, bro, yes.
horrible. Just poor. The pitch, and you look up and you're like, is that Hunter Park? Is that the drainage pond we grew up playing in, Brennan?
Is this the state final?
Yeah, seriously,
What
man.
in the world? Is there a grate on the field? What is happening? And this is New York City, so it reminded me of the old salsa commercial. Get a rope.
Well, it's Harrison,
Anyway.
New Jersey.
Yeah, I know, but
It's New Jersey, that's why.
you would think it would be better, is what I'm saying. And, you know, the announcers were like, hey, this is whatever. They had 3 games in 5 days. Anyway, so Agata runs through, lays it off, and puts it in a place where Gozo can do a bunch of things. He can run at it and hit it early and beat him to the near post. He can slow down and allow it to kind of come to him and then crack it back, or he can try to just race the keeper to the front post. All 3 of those were possibilities. So it was a great ball from Agata. It was laid off so nicely. You love those balls that are running across. They're not running too fast, but they're not running too slow. You can go near post, far post. You can throw a hip fake in there. There's so much you can do to finish. Mm-hmm. And Gozo decides to try to meg the keeper, I guess, or he mishit it. And it went right at the keeper, hit his foot, and went up in the upper 90. So technically, it was an upper 90.
It was an upper
finish.
90. It was a lucky deflection. Yeah. Holy cow. Inside calf goes upper 90. That's crazy.
And at the end,
no.
I was like, dude, that's lucky. That's a very lucky goal because he kind of hit it right at the goalie. And if he would have been a little more prepared, he could have cleared that out pretty easy. But it was hit with pace and power and on frame. So that's what we want from Gozo, and he's doing it. So we'll take it. 1-0 RSL, 2 minutes, 44 seconds in.
How do you guys feel about RSL scoring early?
It tends to not be a good thing.
That's how I felt because when I turn this on and I'm watching it and I see this early goal, I didn't cheer.
No?
No, it was like, hey, that's a cool goal. And then in the back of my head, I was just kind of like,
Uh-oh.
Here comes the bus.
if we're at home, it's a whole different vibe. If we're at home, it's like, sweet, let's tally up these goals here.
Yeah, let's party.
But when we're away, it's kind of like, oh no, what's the game plan after this? Like, are we still going to be
gotcha.
attacking? Are we still going to do this? Or are we going to do what you guys love to say, which is park the bus?
Yeah, oh yeah, it was park the bus time.
Yeah.
But
bro.
talking about the goal, this is a goal we've been dying for all season, and it's a beautiful goal. It's one of the best goals all season, really.
Getting in behind.
Nice team goal. What were you gonna say?
Well, I was just going to say, if you watch the
Breaking
pass from
lines.
Agata, I mean, that pass bounces like they're playing kickball, the adult league. Like, that ball is bouncing so
Ba-bum,
much.
ba-bum, ba-bum, ba-bum.
Yeah, and so that's...
And he rolled it to him, too. That's the funny part, right?
Yeah, so...
Beautiful pass too from Agata, right
Yeah.
where you want it. Like Tyler was saying, where Gozo can do whatever he wants.
He can go within stride, he can hold up, he can do
Yeah,
across
he can
his
do
body,
whatever he
can-
wants, and it's
Yeah.
what we've been dying for. Not every goal is going to be like this, but we should see
More
two
of this.
or three plays like this, whether they end up in a goal. We should see this more often from Real Salt Lake.
Yeah, turning and running at the defenders or playing a ball through, or, there's a lot of guys that make runs, and we miss a lot of them.
Well, Gozo was lighting up their back line. Like, he was running a 4.240, and it looked like the center backs were running a 5.240. Like, they were not moving as much as Gozo.
Exactly.
But it was really frustrating because you kind of have to have the same on the opposite side.
Right.
You need to have the similar speed and similar idea.
Yeah.
And watching Agata, it was not...
Well, Gozo
not
had the
it.
chance to return the favor in the second
I was
half.
going to talk about that one.
And he did not do
That
that
was
thing.
so selfish. Agata is wide open to his left. All he has to do, pass it. And this homeboy
Yeah.
just stays looking down and just hits it right to the goalie.
Yeah, kids at home,
Oh,
draw
God.
the defender first, then play it to your buddy who's going to score, right?
I want to find the kid.
Sorry, do you want me to say, like, all right, indoor soccer heroes. All right, indoor bros. Here's what you want to do, bros. You want
Man, just call it out, man. Just call it. Let's just be blunt here. Let's just call it who we're really talking to.
Dance on the ball.
Dance on the ball, draw the
Left, left,
defender,
left. Tap, 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 tap,
bank
tap.
it off the wall to your bro who can run back post, right? Like that, whatever. However you say that, kids or whatever. That's the basic of soccer, right? Is draw the defender to you first and then play the ball. What happens sometimes is really good defenders will draw themselves to you and then you won't have a chance because they'll take away the pass and then you have to shoot, or vice versa, right? You take one away and you make them do the other one, the one you think they don't want to do.
So then after the goal, and like we said, would love to see more of that because there are opportunities for RSL to send those passes in. It also keeps the defense honest, right?
Yeah, they can't be as aggressive coming back.
Which we saw the rest of the game from the Red Bull. They're in the same position RSL is, right there on the playoff line.
The cusp
of the playoffs. And they're a decent team. RSL's a decent team. Brandon and I were kind of chatting about that, the tactics that Pablo wants to try and use. And I wonder if RSL is just not good enough at the moment. Speaking of what happens after the goal, where New York decides to kind of take over the game for the first half, or RSL decides to abdicate and just kind of sit back and allow New York to come up with like 18 shots on goal in the first half.
Yeah, and it's like we kind of came up to be aggressive, but then they flopped. And whether it was us being too aggressive and causing fouls, or the ref just kind of playing into their flop, either way, of course we don't think our team fouls ever.
Never.
But,
Never.
But, sometimes it's a foul. So, we caused a few fouls, and that Forsberg shot, oh my gosh, dude. That free kick, that was going in, and Cabral saved it. That was a great save by Cabral. You see that, and you're like, bro, maybe McMath makes that save on his best day.
He is. So if you look at his stature and like his size, he doesn't look like he's as quick to get to those angles.
But he doesn't.
He gets there in like
gets there all
two
the
strides.
time.
But then you watch like, who was the guy from Miami? Calendar, their goalie that they
he
had.
was struggling.
Is he still out their goalie?
No, I don't think he's starting. There was I saw a rumor someone is trying to
back up something.
Somebody wants to pick him up.
Oh yeah. But I
I
think of that guy, and you see him just let so many balls in that are like 2 strides away, like 1, 2, and Cabral is just like, he doesn't look like he moves that fast, but he just gets to it.
Yeah.
Like he's so intelligent and smart with his movements.
Yeah, he's very technical, very efficient, and he's not huge, but he's got enough size. He's not where he's too big and kind of awkward.
We saw it in the game where against Club America, that one shot that he took top corner on the right.
Yeah.
He still got a touch on that. Like that's insane to me. This guy is so. I'm falling in love with this guy, man.
Wait, no,
I know,
no,
man.
he's mine.
Oh my
dude.
gosh.
He's my Mac
He's getting more attractive every day.
you can have
He's
him
going to be
next year.
3 and 4 years here, maybe 5.
Oh, it's going to be amazing. Knock on wood. So yeah, I agree. Cabral has just been amazing, and he wore the captain's armband. I think he's the captain now.
Which is will come up later. That's some foreshadowing. Good job, Brandt.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think it was the 33rd minute. Is that the pass you're talking about?
Yeah, so the one where if you watch it, it does look like their center back does get in that channel
Yeah,
where
he's
he
in
can't.
a little bit better spot.
Yeah, Goza does a really, really great job getting out in front, but
Yeah,
he
should have played it square to him.
he should curl that. He should curl that and allow Agata to miss by sliding with his butt like he did the last time.
Or pick a corner and
just-
smash it at it,
Yeah.
right? Usually back post,
Also-
indoor soccer bros. Aim for that back post so if you miss, it hits off the wall and comes back out, and your bro can still run in back post and knock it in.
The thing that sucked about Gozo's strike was that he got his hips in the wrong position over the ball,
So it
and he
swerved,
came from
yeah.
right to left behind the ball, and that put that opposite English, so
Yeah.
he couldn't go far left.
Yeah.
Oh man, that's just some. So kids, when you're trying to hit this
Indoor
ball
soccer
in full,
bros.
for stride, you want to hit the outside edge of the ball. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want to swipe from behind. You want to get that upper left side. If you're right foot, that upper left side of the laces. You want to go out the right side edge, kind of curl your toe around that ball, so that way that English makes that ball curve to the left, and then you can also drive it because your hip is over that ball, and that way that right leg comes around. You're using your buttocks to supply all that power because you know the biggest power is the hips because that's in control of your shoulders and all the other stuff.
Yep.
And I'm just
but
trying to sound like Tyler.
You start to
And-
lose your power if you don't have a big buttocks, though.
Have you seen?
And
my
what do they
butt,
say
dude?
about hips?
They don't
Hips.
lie.
They don't lie. Very good.
No lying.
They don't. But
They
Shakira
don't.
might. You know, that's probably
That's what
why.
Caliscan told me. He watches the hips.
No, you don't mess with Shakira.
It's very true. It's a huge secret.
Yeah.
You do watch the hips because, and then what's his name? Liverpool Van Dijk.
Oh, yeah.
He watches the eyes.
Their eyes.
Have you seen him defend? It's the weirdest thing. He'll be tracking back and he'll just look at your face. He doesn't look at
Really?
the ball. He just looks at your face, and then boom, goes.
Wow.
It's the craziest looking thing.
Yeah.
And my favorite
Strange.
story about Shakira, since we were talking about her, is how she found out what's his name was cheating on her.
What?
How?
Somebody cheated on Shakira?
Yeah,
Tell me about it.
the guy from Barcelona.
PK.
Yeah, he came
Oh,
back
Gerard?
and yeah, somebody was eating the jam or something in the fridge, and she's like, "You don't like this stuff."
That's how she found out?
Yeah, it was something like that. Like they
You don't
know,
eat this jam.
they know
What?
they know. Yeah, you don't mess with your ladies. They
Yeah.
are all those murder podcasts they listen to. They figure stuff
They
out.
figure stuff out,
So
bro.
what I wanted to point out with this play that we were talking about with Gozo is that the difference between this and the first goal was all in the timing.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. It was in the pass. Luna made the pass. Agata saw it. Agata made the pass. Gozo had an opportunity on his second touch or right on his first touch
Yeah.
to get it up and around and in front of Agata. If he'd have done that, then-
Or slow up. Any of these guys playing on their back line are slow and then
see.
go around him and then
I hate that though.
get to the line and cross it back. Because he knows he's there. We're playing 2 forwards. They were both up there. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I think if he gets that around that keeper, kind of around that center back to Agata, Agata's got a great shot.
Yeah, and that was Nealis that was back. He took a really good angle and made it hard for him to want to make that play. So he didn't do it.
we parked the bus, and then
But we still gave up some weirdly, like in the 36th minute, there was that one where Forsberg was basically standing on the 6, got the ball and kicked it right at.
But the English of the ball after he touches it, he kind of goes away and he just whiffs it. Like that's a goal.
I think
dude.
it's the field.
Oh, dude,
The
I
field
absolutely
totally
agree
saved
with
us on
that.
that because Forsberg is like money on that.
Dude, he had a weird first half.
Yeah.
He had a lot of opportunities. Like he was creating, and he gets into spaces.
Yeah,
He's
a
really
smart
good.
player.
Is he US?
No, he's old too. He's
Swedish or something.
Yeah,
Swedish?
something.
Well, then in stoppage time, they just had this lovely little
Oh,
back
the little
heel,
flick.
one-on-one left foot, defended it out,
And then
Blocked
who
out.
blocks it? Who blocks
Caliscan, right? Was
it?
it?
No, it was Glad.
Oh,
Glad.
Justin Glad.
You hate Glad, so that's why I wanted to bring it
I
up.
don't hate Glad.
You're disappointed in Glad.
I think that
He's disappointed.
You're like
in
a father
everyone.
that's just upset.
He's like the father that he always had.
Well, I think it goes
Father
back.
that's always there and always down your throat and disappointed in every screw up you make. Like that kind of a father.
Since we're talking about center backs. There's a guy on New York that I never really liked, but I would love to have him on our team.
Parker. I know.
Tim Parker.
Dude,
Oh, jeez.
I don't like that guy.
I don't like him at all, but man, think about if we had those three center backs. If we had Glad, Parker, and Vera.
Oh, boy.
Wouldn't that be a pretty nice duo?
Yeah, and why is Parker on Red Bulls? Because he was on St. Louis in the
They traded him off.
they got
I
it.
think they thought he's on the other end of his career, and maybe he was making too much.
He's still so good, man.
But he didn't. He's not starting with the Red Bull. But having those trio, I mean, you could have Vera and Parker, and then you've got kind of two hot heads. But you've got a bigger presence back there. And Glad, I think Glad next to Parker, man, that would be. Because then I think you can trust Parker a little bit more than Vera to not kind of go psycho. But he's still psycho. I mean, that's why he's a center back, right?
I guess. There's always that, right?
So I just think about that, and I thought, man, because I think RSL could use one more center back between those. And then you got a nice competition between the three. And you got nice rotation, and there's different combinations there. So I just, like I said, don't like him, but would love to have him on our team. It's kind of the opposite of some of the other players that you don't want on your team. and
Like
you never
Diego
want.
Chara.
Yeah, never, ever. But Parker, I may not even like him when he was on our team, but I would want him on our
It's
team.
kind of like a Johnny Russell kind of deal.
I like Johnny Russell.
Well, we hated him before that.
But I would still hate Tim Parker if he's on our team. I would love to see him on our team, but I don't know if I'd like him.
Still hate him.
All
right.
So that's the different dynamic. So get to halftime, 1-0. The bus is in the way. We can't score. There was. What are your thoughts on the first half before we get to jump into orange slices?
Yeah. We played okay. The field was weird, and especially in certain places, certain important places.
Like everywhere you want it to
the
be.
traffic areas. Yeah, everything central, pretty much. And a couple of spots on the side.
Yeah. So that caused a few balls to bounce funny. But yeah, I mean, the first half, it wasn't. I mean, we dominated for parts of the first half, and we had a higher XG, of course, because we had that breakaway that we actually scored on, because you score most of the time on that. But other than that, I think we played well.
What grade would you give it?
For the first half, right? Like a B minus. Good enough.
I was going to say C plus.
There you
C
go.
plus.
Yeah.
I can see that. I think a B minus is pretty reasonable, just because we were able to convert, which we've kind of struggled with.
Yeah.
But I have to say, this first half, you saw Diego Luna have trouble creating, trouble being able to possess the ball, and you didn't really see much of Anelli. I feel like Anelli had a much bigger presence this last game than this game, and I'm a little upset.
Well, I think Anelli showed up in the second half. I think you see
Yes,
more of
he
Anelli in the
had
second
to.
half.
He had to.
But I agree with the first half, I think. But that's also could be a factor of coaching, right? They say, hey, you know what, calm down. We're going to park the bus. As you mentioned before, that's kind of what Pablo wants. He wants to go up a goal and either be ahead or tied at halftime and then see what happens in the second half.
I think he mentioned that in the post game. He talked about that where
he loves boring games.
He wants to be up in the first half so that when they go in the second, they gotta jump on it. But you did see towards like the later half of this first half, you could tell that they weren't so persistent about the attack. They were still looking for opportunities, but they weren't really heavy aggressive with it.
Yeah, and I love seeing a random ball just over the top. Like, you make a little move, you don't really have a whole lot going on. Instead of playing it all the way back to Cabral, just ping a ball over the top here and there.
Absolutely.
Right?
I love that.
Variation of service. Like, we don't do that a lot.
Was this the first half where Luna sent that ball into Caliscan? I think that was the second half.
Second half, yeah.
Oh, that was... Oh, we were going to talk about that one.
Yeah, so who's your orange slice going to?
My orange slice, I got to give it to Gozo. I mean, I think that the decision he chose instead of sending it to Agata wasn't the right choice, but it was still his ability to be in that position that allowed for that to be an issue, and he still put the ball on frame, which is what got him the goal before. And just the work rate, man. If you take him out of this attacking position, who is going to do what he does?
Nobody.
Like you put
on, maybe Luna can do a lot of what he does, but not
his
not at all.
Energizer Bunny, his defensive. How much? Oh my gosh, how much he's traveling to the defense and then back up. He's playing like a fullback in a wing position. It doesn't make sense.
And he plays right forward.
Like, dude, like a fullback, he's got a lot of sprints in him, right?
But Diego's the next closest player to that kind of player for us.
Well, and if that's the case, that is a very, very, very wide gap.
Well, I think it drops off even a bunch after Luna too.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and you think like, okay, we got Cruz in, we got Olatunji coming in. Gozo is so set in that spot.
You're supposed to say breaking news before you said that.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I do it, Tyler? Everybody knows this, right?
No, we haven't talked about it on the pod yet.
Well, halftime.
Breaking news.
Breaking news.
This is fun. I didn't even mean to. This is what it feels like.
I mean, Cruz was on the team and he played in the second half.
Oh, we're talking about Cruz or Olatunji?
No.
Both.
There's breaking news. RSL is expecting to sign, or has signed and expecting him to play.
As soon as he clears. Victor?
So Olatunji's still waiting for his visa to clear.
Yeah.
And then Cruz has been here since, last Saturday?
Yeah.
He was at the San Luis game.
Querétaro? Yeah. Oh, by the way, since we're at halftime, RSL beat Querétaro, and we scored, and they did not. So it was 1-0, and after that, both teams stopped trying, and it was a boring game. And the stadium was less than half full, so stupid. It was dumb.
Yeah, I think it goes back to
a meaningless game. Nobody came.
So close. If RSL had just taken care of business against San Luis, they'd be playing in the next round.
Right.
But
we missed it.
We did. We missed it, and that's kind of been the story of the season.
And we were competitive, so let's take that up a notch, right? Anyway.
Yeah, we keep raising the bar, and I love that about RSL. Our bar keeps getting raised, and that's why people are complaining about things that there was no way we would even think we were going to be complaining about things.
Well, I can. It's up and down, but I'm kind of gonna. I was really like this, really excited. I was thinking, hey, you know what? Maybe this is, Pablo is going to figure it out. But after this game, I'm like, maybe.
Well, who was your orange slice then?
Okay, my orange slice.
Yeah.
It goes to Noel Caliscan.
Man,
well deserved.
You are the contrarian.
I did it because not for offense, but he did have some good
pivotal
play on offense. He needs to convert, but he's still young, and he's the right back. He's not your forward, because you mentioned that play in the second half we'll get to. But I think he is very good. I think he bottled up Forsberg down the side there several times. He's got that great punch out. He knows how to use his toes.
Yeah, he stabs at the right cadence. It's really
good. I like him a ton. He may not be, maybe the starting right back moving forward forever, but he could be if RSL isn't going to go out and spend some money.
Yeah, he's definitely plucky. He doesn't bring the team down, at any point, right? He's not one of those players where you're like, oh, crap.
I think he's the best right back we've had since Aaron Herrera.
Oh, that's a fact. That's not even like... And also, you got to kind of admit, Aaron Herrera was a good quality right back, but Caliscan is far more intelligent. I don't really see in the future
Herrera
Caliscan
loved to
ruining
get
again.
down and then lob the balls into the box. And when we stopped playing that way, we stopped needing him, right?
Yeah. Herrera has a better ball in, although
Distribution.
Caliscan is decent at that. He's very good at knowing how to play and when to play, and some of his passes, he's sent in some good passes.
Yeah, he hasn't really made a mistake that's led straight to the goal, right?
He's borderline clinical. Like he is
very consistent.
He is incredibly concise with his stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably
the one thing that I like about Aaron Herrera over Caliscan is Aaron Herrera has nothing but bite.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
he's a little bigger.
He's a presence over there,
taking a bite out of people.
Caliscan could develop that, get a little bit more presence over there, and I would say the same thing about like Justin Glad. Talking about Tim Parker, because
Why you gotta shove Glad under the bus
every single
every
time,
turn,
bro?
dude?
Next time I talk to Glad, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, this guy over here, man.
He thinks you're not tough.
I don't know what you're doing, man. Maybe it's what you wear. It's your cologne, something. This guy hates your guts.
Can you just knock him over?
He thinks you just suck.
He's so close. He's so close.
Anyway, so
man, Tyler, your orange slice.
Oh yeah. So I was gonna go with Agata. Just kidding. I was gonna go with Gozo, but you took that one, and then I was rewinding that playback, and I was like, okay, well, Glad played really well. I mean, Cabral. I mean, take your pick, right? Like, any of those guys, they were all good.
No, you gotta. Well, we should talk about Cabral.
Cabral, then he saved that Forsberg shot that a lot of people let in. And Forsberg scores that goal a lot.
Yeah, he had 3 or 4 stops with Forsberg. He also had some point-blank stuff that he saved.
Yeah.
And
I normally don't give it to the keeper. I'd much rather get the center back. I don't know why.
Yeah, weird.
Yeah, why?
What did you play in high school?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just center back centric. Whatever.
Do we want to talk about...
Not really, but we don't have... I mean, we can if you want to.
I mean, Querétaro. We talked about that.
No, I'm talking about...
Don't bring that
pop
up.
music. So, Cabral, sorry.
Do you want to add anything else in the second half about Cabral overall?
The second half, we're just talking about the first half.
Well, we'll get to the plays at the end of the game that really matter.
So anything else at halftime? Anything you want to bring up, share?
New signings. There's still the hint that there might be a right back out there for us.
No way, really?
Yeah.
I haven't
After
heard
we've
that
brought in 3, count them, 3 strikers.
And they're not cheap.
Zambrano scored 2 goals for the
Monarchs?
For the Baby Reals.
Baby Reals.
I mean Monarchs.
Monarchs,
Sorry.
yeah. I bet they
scored
really
2
appreciate
goals.
You calling it
and
that.
T Wolf scored for him too. So.
Oh wow, nice.
Dude, what is up? Like, what is T Wolf not doing? Like, I want to know. That's the talk I want to have.
I think he's just behind Gozo now. He's behind Gozo.
Wait,
he's behind
he plays
Luna.
that far up?
He's behind Diogo. You know what I mean? Like he doesn't have a spot on the field right now.
That's true. That's true.
Those guys are all playing pretty well. Diogo kind of took a step back in this game, back to that shady, like, wasn't jumping passes and winning balls
Just
like he
confidence
usually
on the ball was off to this game.
Yeah.
He was so
First
easy.
half, I thought there was times in the second half. Let's jump to the second half.
But I wasn't done.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, let's jump to the second half.
All right, let's jump to the second half because I'm done.
Okay.
Now, before we get to the goal, because it started like right away, right? I mean, it was basically they scored right away, right? I mean, gosh, Caliscan has the ball upfield and he trips on the ball / gets knocked off the ball, and it looked like a foul. I couldn't tell.
I thought from the angle
It looked like a foul, though.
They never showed the replay, but it looked like he got knocked over. It was a long. I think Vera sent the long cross to switch the field.
All right, 8 things with VAR that are wrong in this game, and we'll start with that one. I don't know if it was reviewed or if he just tripped on the ball. That's fine, whatever. But they had 3 or 4 chances, and if that kid was with the floppy hair was any good, they would have probably scored twice in the first few minutes of the second half.
Yeah, he's a young kid, isn't
Soho, he was getting close, and then he's the one that kind of It looked like he kneed Caliscan in the goods and then ran away with the ball. And I was like, that looks bad. I don't know if it was really a foul or not, but it sure looked like he kneed him in the goods and then ran away. So I'm going to go with that. That's what happened. He kneed him in the goods and then ran away. And then the funny thing was Lloyd Sam on the call was like, bro, here they come. He called it. He totally called it.
I like Lloyd Sam.
Yeah?
I like listening to him. I think
He's kind of fun.
Yeah, I think he's a former player. I know he's a former player.
Yeah.
But I like his style because he's kind of very casual.
Yeah.
Matter of fact. You know, he's not going to dig deep. I don't know what his preparation is like, but he's not wowing you with facts and stuff. And
Yeah.
you know, that player played, you know, in 2024 he had that same shot.
Yeah.
You know, he's not over commentating. He's just there to call the game and have a good time. And I like the way he does it. I think he's pretty honest because as a former player, he says stuff a lot of other people don't say.
Yeah, or won't say.
Like there are a couple of times RSL
Oh, he
had
should have done
turnover.
better there.
Yeah,
right?
that's-
Oh, he's gonna not like that one yet tomorrow.
Junka had a throw in the second half to
bro.
do the Red Bull, and Lloyd Sam's like, "Oh, that's not a good."
Yeah,
Well,
1-1,
Junka.
you got to have a better quality right there. Not in that area.
Yeah,
So-
so that play that started off, and then he was wide open coming down that wing. So Glad had to slide. So Vera tried to step, and when Vera stepped to Forsberg ran away from him because he knew Vera's the left back. So he went left, and then Glad was back. And the worst part of it is Junka. Where are you at, dude?
What? No, okay.
Junka's keeping him on side.
No, Glad is keeping him on side. Look at Glad's foot.
Yeah, but Junka's behind him.
Yeah, where should Junka be?
Junka
no,
should
Junka-
be
Junka's-
in line with these guys.
Yeah, you can, but
Or
he's,
with the
he's,
ball,
he's
basically.
worried about this, and he's
Which
worried
is
about
true,
that
yeah.
pass. So if he's not up in front in that pass, he's going to have an issue.
Yeah,
But
so
the-
Junka either needs to slide over and just take him out when that ball crosses, and you play the immediate shot, like you slide there, because you know Forsberg's going to go to Choupo-Moting. I always feel weird when I say that because Chupa means suck.
Chupin mi pito?
You see, edit that one out, Brent.
Beep.
That's,
It says "suck my whistle."
oh, really?
That's what chupin mi pito is.
Sure, okay. All right, so anyway, so Junka should either go diving in on that and go for Choupo-Moting because he saw Vera step and he needs to slide back.
But he's like 8 yards away from him.
Right, that's what I'm saying. He should have 3 or 4 steps back. As soon as Forsberg went left and Vera stepped, he should have slid over and covered that and left this guy back, and that would have left Anelli to cover back there.
But he has. Okay, so I don't follow that because you got your 3 back line plus the pivot is now coming back in defense.
Right, so when the pivot drops back, the pivot isn't supposed to cover the center forward. Unless he does, then you slide back out. So that's what Junka's doing right there, is he's stepping back to the wide player because he thinks Anelli's got Choupo-Moting, which he does not.
But if you go farther back before they're getting in this position, before he's passing it to Choupo-Moting, Vera cuts across and engages him when it should be Glad's responsibility because there's also Homeboy
Right.
coming off the back of him, and Vera's responsible for that. Vera's going for a cheeky little, let's
Yeah.
get the ball out of the box immediately, but really it should be Glad. Like, Vera should not be poaching that.
Yeah, and Anelli he's on the wrong side.
Well, yeah, and I mean, to his credit, that's how it is. But Junka's in the right position, I feel.
Well, to cover his side of the field.
Yeah, and he's covering that
to,
pass.
But not to cover for Vera, right?
Right, and that's not per se his responsibility because
Well,
Vera's
it's one of them. It's one of those
Well,
two.
you think
Once
about
Vera
this.
steps out, but Vera could have put a foul on Forsberg, but then we're giving away a free kick at the top of the box, which they're really good at scoring, or let him run left, which he's good serving the ball in with his left foot, but then he gets around Glad. You know what I mean? So 3 or 4 things all kind of went wrong at once, and Choupo-Moting was like hugging that offside line. And I thought, again, the second thing wrong with VAR, like, we don't get a line, right? If we get a line, that okay, he's not offside, right? We know.
Well,
right when
they
he
didn't
kicks
need
the
a
ball.
line because Junka was keeping him on.
Well, so was Glad, right? Because Glad was
Glad was Topo trying to get his coverage on the ball.
Thinking he was going to shoot, so Glad lunged for the shot and he played it underneath him.
And I don't think we should cut Anelli a ton of slack on this either, because he could have.
He's going the extra mile.
I think sometimes with RSL's defenders, this happens a lot. Maybe it's just human nature. They tend to, when they take themselves out of the play instead of continuing in the play. Right? Like Vera misses that, and then he's not quick enough to get back. Anelli's watching the play, but he's not anticipating the play. Maybe that's they aren't anticipating. Anelli should kind of be in a place to force. He could come up next to the player and force the ball a different pass.
And that's what I would have wanted to see up front, is Anelli on Forsberg and following him wide. And then Vera doesn't feel like he has to step. Junka doesn't have to slide, but you always defend the middle first, right? That's why Junka should slide. But then he sees Anelli there and backs up, and that's when they boom, boom, and score.
That's what I'm not following.
Bang, play.
I'm not really following this because I played the pivot. Like that was my jam, was the pivot.
Yeah.
I was a single pivot, but whatever. So when there's a 4-man back line, my role wasn't to play defensively on their line.
That's what I'm saying, yeah.
I was supposed to take any sort of backdoor, somebody lingering behind back pass. That was my responsibility.
Yep.
Looking at this, I see it similar. Vera makes the poor choice of engaging across while Glad is able to be there. Now, if Glad is fully turned around, I can see that. But Glad is turned around, ready to engage. Vera tries to come across, and that leaves that gap. Anelli is not responsible for that gap. If he was, he's a tighter run. He knows that he's going to get anything outside the 8-yard box.
Yeah.
And so Junka is in the absolute perfect spot. Yes, it is allowing certain people to be onside, but he knows that pass that he's going to go across, that Cabral might not be able to reach for or get, he has to block that channel.
Yeah.
And if he's going to block that channel, he has to have the vision of it.
Yeah, that's so it was a mistake on 3 parts. Caliscan way up the field, Vera with his weird step, Anelli not running with Forsberg, and then Caliscan what's his name?
I think with Anelli, you guys are the experts.
At the end,
but I think with Anelli on this play, I think if you're going to be there, be there.
Right, and if not, stay up.
No, I mean if you're going to put yourself in the play right there, it looks like he's watching the play and not
that's because
being in the play.
And if he was 2 steps behind, Junka would have slid across and covered.
Right. Okay, so he has. This is Anelli's perspective, right? He's tracking back. He's the pivot. He is the excess. He sees Glad, Vera, Junka. He's all down. He is not responsible getting in there.
For the center forward, yeah.
If he gets in that line, anybody coming up from behind has the perfect angle straight on the goal where Cabral is going to be at his weakest. That is when angles get into there.
Yep.
Right now, they want them to be out to the side because there's less angle to go shoot near post, and he has to distribute the ball to the center where we have our center backs. Anelli is not responsible for that.
Well, then he's in the wrong spot then.
No, he's in the right spot. Rewind it. Anelli is ready for the back door. It's not that doesn't make any sense. It's Glad and Vera. Glad and Vera, their job is to take on those 2 people. Right there. Glad needs to be responsible for that. Vera needs to trust that Glad can handle that. He doesn't trust that, and that's when he goes off, and that allows the person he's supposed to mark to come in. I have never once seen that's not the pivot's fault.
No,
I'm not saying that is.
But
I'm not saying that is.
He's probably too far up the field,
but it's hindsight. You know what I mean? You're like, he should have been there. I'm like, that's because he scored a goal. We're saying that.
Not necessarily. I get what you're saying. I understand it. I'm just saying that if you find yourself in that position, don't be a spectator. I think he's a little bit of a spectator because he's not in where he needs to be. And probably because Vera forced him to be there.
All right, so we all agree. Moving on from that play because that sucked, but it was a pretty legit goal unless there was a foul, unless he kneed him in the nuts before. And then, the cacahuates le duele, and so he's got to go back and call that foul. So a VAR there, maybe not. Is a foul? Maybe not.
No.
I don't know. But at least check complete,
Yeah, goal.
So I was noticing and watched the second half again. The first 10 minutes of the second half was all Red Bull. They just came out and they
scored.
Yeah, and then for whatever reason they kind of backed off. I don't know why they did. They seemed like they had RSL's number. They had him pinned in. RSL has fallen into that trap where they're trying to do too much as individuals instead of, like on the goal they scored, finding each other. You don't have to do it all the time. You can take your shots, but they need to do it a little bit more often where they trust each other. Like we talked about Gozo and Agata.
Yeah, but then when someone's in a better position than you pass.
Because you want to win a game.
Yeah.
So RSL, the first 10 minutes of the second half was the Red Bull. But then to their credit, RSL kind of took back over the game for a big stretch. And I thought there was some really good play.
Yeah, okay. So I do like Cruz coming on. I like to see his quality. That was pretty nice. I do have an issue. Like I've brought up Luna before. He got figured out in this game. He loves to be on that top corner of the box and move inward.
Yeah. And they jump that.
That's brand new. Before, he always worked with the left back and the pivot to start moving that left side and then coming inside. And ever since he came back from US, man,
it was a change up, not a go-to, right?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And honestly, like I've been seeing the trend. He's so talented. He's so good. But he's got to go back to his roots. He's got to go back to like what made him him. You know what I mean? Like he is trying to be something bigger. He can be something bigger, but he needs to do it in the right way, and he needs to do it in the way that made him successful.
And that variation of service. He's got to go left sometimes. He's got to go right sometimes. He's got to be able to go through their legs sometimes, right? Like be able to do it all. If you want to take your game up to that level of national team caliber, be willing to take what is given.
Well, also,
right?
On the offensive side, he has to do more off the ball offensively. And what I mean by that is he was so clever getting behind people and getting into a position where they could pass, and he had two options right when the ball came to him. Now he is just accepting the ball, no worries about what's around him, and then he possesses the ball, and then he looks around. Like that's the style of player that I don't like to see. Like he was so crafty with his angles, man.
One of the things too I was noticing is it looks like he's not happy.
Yeah, he looks upset a lot.
He's raising his arms. He's not getting the pass. He's like doing this. He's got to throw his arms in the air.
And it looks like he's complaining a lot.
Yeah, instead of having the magic, right?
Like a Gozo thing right now.
Like being the mischief maker.
Yeah.
And he wants people to go through him instead of him setting up everybody else. And a lot of it, I don't know what it is, but there's something different. I don't think we're alone in making those observations. I've noticed that a bit from other folks that's maybe starting to see.
Well, look at this. Look at this play in the 79th minute, right? The play is kind of breaking down. Gozo kind of slides in. The guy shoves him. Luna's like playing forward. He's like disconnected off the ball all the way forward up the field. He doesn't play forward. Gozo hustled back faster than he did. And Rowan Cruz was back hustling too. So I'm like, ugh. And then the play broke down, Vera, came across Choupo-Moting. And this is what I don't like about the VAR now, right? If we're off Luna and onto the
go
play
ahead.
here.
We love Luna, by the way. Luna, we love
Absolutely.
Luna.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I'd love to see more hookup play, more where they're all playing together instead of individual play, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So the ball comes in and Glad cuts him off. And this sucks as a center back when you cut off the play and yet the guy kind of still chips it and it still goes through. You're like, right? Like it's that panic feeling. The ball squirts through and he's behind you. Now you can't do anything, can't push him, can't shove him. Well, Vera comes across, and this is what I hate about the replay of VAR in this case, right? He comes across and he lunges in. He doesn't get the ball. The other guy doesn't get the ball. Caliscan knocks it into Vera. Vera clears it off Caliscan, and then it's picked up by Cabral. So all of that kind of happens in And then, Choupo-Moting lays on the ground and goes, come on, he took me out, which, okay, he bumped him, but then how do you go back and determine force, right? It has to be clearly and obviously a penalty. And I don't think he's getting to that ball when he bumps him, right? So if he bumps him and that's the foul and he's on the ball, right, then it's a penalty. But if he bumps him and he's not getting to the ball anyway, it's not supposed to be a foul, right? So there's all this nuance inside of there, and it gets missed in the VAR for me, right? So they go back and they say, no, Vera got him. And so they go back and Vera gets him. But, you can't tell the force with which he got him. It could have been a tiny bump on his hip. It could have been he went right through him and cleared him out. He kept going the direction he was going and fell over, right? So it's really hard to tell the impact of Luna's clearance because Caliscan came from the other way and won the ball.
Well,
right? So run that playback again. Yeah.
Well, I'm going to say this. I'm going to disagree with you on this one.
I knew you would, but that's
probably
okay.
agree with you on the next one.
Right? So Gozo gets kind of knocked down by number 6, who probably deserved a yellow on that play, but whatever.
And Anelli and Glad kind of missed the ball, and it comes in. And I think...
Yeah, so wait for the replay where it zooms in on this play. And he does a good video review, though. He does the full rectangle, and I'm cool with that.
He's not rounding it off.
No,
Yeah,
don't round it off.
Square. Get all the angles.
Get the angle.
We want all those 90-degree angles.
Yeah, and then he comes in with a yellow card for Luna
Vera.
somehow. See?
Oh, that was Luna?
See? How did that... Go back to that thing again. There's that... The ball squirts off him. Look what happens. Who gets the ball there?
Okay, so now you bring up
the ball?
You bring up the ball thing. So you just saw in the same match day, San Jose against Vancouver. So they called a penalty off of a ball that was nowhere near. Oh, it was
Sun?
probably.
Are you talking about the Sun one?
Ocampo.
No, not the Sun one.
Ocampo.
It's San Jose.
Yeah, Ocampo.
That ball that was way over. No way he's gonna get it. But he got hit behind and fell down. It's a penalty. So yes, he didn't have possession of it, but Vera stopped any sort of possibility of him coming through, and that's a penalty. I would expect that to be a penalty the other way.
Yeah, I'm fine with this being a penalty every single time. That I think Brennan's right. He came in, he interjected himself into the play. I don't know if he could have done anything different. Maybe he could have trusted Caliscan because Caliscan was coming in.
His head.
He drilled him on the ground. So I'm okay with this. Maybe it needed to be caught first time.
See, that's full. He's cutting off his stride. That's too aggressive of a challenge.
Okay, so
Caliscan's right here. So
okay. So he actually doesn't. So who kicks the ball though? That's what I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell if he got the ball or if
Vera
he got
kicks
the
it.
ball.
Vera comes up and kicks it after.
the ball hits off Caliscan, goes back to Vera, and then Vera drills.
No, I meant when it was between Vera
between them.
and Choupo-Moting.
No, it just had its just his momentum.
Yeah.
Both of them didn't touch it because
Okay.
it had top spin when it bounced.
It hit Caliscan, fell back to Vera. Vera just cleared it off his head or something.
Clear on the player on the ground, yeah. Choupo-Moting. And then we can talk about the penalty kick.
Oh, it was off his arm.
And the master in goal, who we are we're all falling in love. Have you fallen in love with him yet?
Oh, yeah.
I like how he's doing this whole standoff to one side of the goal
Point to the corner.
and then point to the corner, and then he's over here. This guy is good.
Yeah, he's playing with him.
And
what
then-
a terrible penalty, though.
Yeah. I love it when the Panenka doesn't work.
Oh my gosh, yeah, because you just look like an idiot.
Right.
And Cabral doesn't even flinch.
He doesn't even go. Yeah, he's perfect.
He is so good at reading which direction they're going, and then boom.
Perfect split
he's
step
just
every time.
jumping. Then he chips it right
So
to him.
that was in the 83rd minute. And then we have all the shenanigans in the 84th minute coming up next after.
Well, he misses the penalty, and Cabral, I'm thinking, all right, dude, we saved this point, man. There it is. Boom. Good job, Cabral. And so I didn't catch where Luna got his first yellow.
It was in the 83rd minute.
During that play with the penalty call.
No, it was before.
Before the penalty?
I think he got the yellow card for dissent or something.
Well, that's what the post-game report says, right?
Yeah, in the 83rd, I think somebody mentioned he got it. Somebody mentioned
82, Luna, descent.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Just mouthing off at the ref? You're just telling him how bad he sucks?
I think that's exactly what it was. And so then we get to the 85th minute where...
Well, first the 84th, right?
Well,
right before
84,
this.
36.
But before this, right? The play before this.
Oh, where he gets elbowed.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. He gets stiff-armed in the face.
Where Diego Luna's coming in to defend him, and he holds him off with his arm out. And
near the neck.
Sure, yeah. And you know what? That happens. But the fact that Luna turns to the ref and puts his hands out like this, and then everybody on our team kind of stops, and we're like, oh, he's going to call a foul. And then they play on and almost score, and I'm like, dude, don't do that.
Yeah.
Like, stay down, fine. But don't get up like you're calling that, right? Come on, you're not there yet.
And I think that's the personal side of the referee. He's playing the wrong version of the referee.
Yeah.
If he, like you were saying, I do believe if he does a stiff arm and he stays down, whole different way.
And he holds his face?
Yeah.
Like, that hurt.
Absolutely.
Right?
If he holds his neck like, oh, dude, that ref is going to stop because he's used to that. Do you know what I mean? But him standing up, and since he's already gotten dissent, he's like, dude, I don't want to deal with you. Like, that's the emotional side of it.
You told me I'm a piece of trash, and now I'm supposed to make calls for you because I didn't see that. But here it is, right?
Yeah. But
now watching this play live, the second play after the first play, where he hits him, what were you thinking?
Immediately I thought, I'm like, why is he pulling Luna down? Like, Luna's like, get off of me, dude. And he's being pulled down because he gets around him, puts his arm fully around him, and then turns in, and he knows he's taking him down. He's trying to get this little kind of like scuttle, like, oh, we're going to get it because Luna comes in with an arm because he's going to be really physical, gets around him, pulls him down, and you're like, that's a obvious yellow card to Red Bulls. Like, we have the ball. Like, this is super, super easy. And you saw the AR. He throws up his flag to the left because he's calling a foul against Red Bull. So you're like, oh, solid, perfect. And then he runs over and gives a yellow to Luna, and you're like, what? Like, Luna wasn't... He didn't start it, and he didn't retaliate against it.
Right. So what were you thinking when it first went down?
The first time I watched it, I thought, why is Luna tackling him?
I'm like, Luna's going to retaliate. That's what I thought at first. And then I saw the way the play played out, and I was thinking, like, oh, they just... Like, because Luna centers his body, and he lands on him.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that was smart, because he grabbed him around the neck. And so I was thinking, bro grabbed him around the neck. So as soon as that's happening, dude's in trouble.
Yeah.
And Luna's just going to fall on him because he's the bigger dude. I did that all the time. Occasionally, I'd bring my arm in and make sure my elbow was on their chest, too.
So when you fell, it really felt good.
You know, indoor bro. You know what I'm saying, bro. Indoor bro. You know what I mean? Right? Where you just fall and you just, oh, sorry, I fell on you with all my weight, bro.
I thought Luna could have left a knee in.
He could have.
He didn't.
But he didn't, yeah. And so seeing all that play out, I was like, oh, bro's in trouble. Not Luna. The other guy. That's what I was thinking. And he comes over, and you can tell he can't see. He's 30, 40 yards away, right?
20. He's so quick with the yellow.
Cruz was in the way.
But you think about this. He needs to go and investigate, have a chat with the AR.
Before he throws out any cards.
Because that also protects him from being a stupid ref. Because you
and
can't...
being two...
and getting what we got.
But because if he gets this wrong, it's a terrible, terrible choice. And so if he gives a yellow, we can't VAR it.
Which is also stupid.
Yeah.
If it's involved in the play, it should be reviewable.
Yeah.
Especially if he goes back and red cards the other guy.
That's what I'm saying. Like, why?
How does he not rescind the yellow to Luna?
Well, he can't. It's not in the rules to be able to do that. But it's just so stupid that he's like, oh, I'll make up for it. Because, in all honesty, that should be a yellow.
To the Red Bull.
To the Red Bull.
It should be a yellow to the Red Bull.
If he just listens to his AR, he goes in there with a little bit more calm and poise, goes over, has a chat. Hey, what did you see? Perfect. Okay. This is a yellow. He pulled him down. No problem. Have a conversation with Luna. We're going the other way.
But because he didn't, what happened, Brandt? Your favorite part of this play.
I think that he was looking for that
Second yellow.
He wanted to give that second yellow so bad, and Luna
Gave him a reason.
not intentionally, but he wasn't. The ref was just looking. All right, yellow. He should have gone. I agree with Brennan, and also with Lloyd Sam. He should have gone over
Lloyd
there.
Sam?
The commentator.
Oh, cool.
Because he was saying that too.
Oh, I was listening to this
boy.
on silent.
He says, Lloyd Sam says, this is a situation where it should have been a yellow for the Red Bull, on the Red Bull, RSL free kick, and neither player kicked out of the game. But because he went over there so egregious, and for whatever reason, Luna made him mad, and he had it in for Luna, probably well-deserved, gets a second yellow, and then it was too late. So then they have to wait for, because I don't know if it's a red card even. We can talk about that.
I don't think it's a red card.
Well, when you put your hands up in their face, it's hands to the face is supposed to be a red
Automatic
card,
red.
and he wrapped around his neck and pulled, so that is a red card.
but then what would the
by the
play
letter of the
before?
law.
What's that about?
Well, he's shielding the ball and he's not looking. I say in air quotes.
But okay, this is shielding
Right.
the ball. This is intentional. Right?
But
'Cause-
this, if you're looking away and then your hand goes to their face, is it intentional? Because you're looking away. You've timed your look away just right to get your hand in their face. You
That's
do
so
that to your
crazy.
little brother all the time, dude. Come on.
I do.
I've seen you do that to your little brother.
I just tickle him because he can't stand it.
So ultimately, in maybe a little more level-headed situation, the ref comes over, talks to the AR, says, hey, that's a yellow on the Red Bull, and both players stay on the pitch. But because he gave the second yellow to Luna, no matter what, he had to go back to the VAR calls him back, and he had to get.
No, I still think it's a red for him.
I don't disagree with that. I
Because
don't
he went
disagree with
hands
that.
to the face, and Luna did good to keep his hands down because
He did
He
do
did
that.
put his hand up at one point, but then he pulled it back.
It kind of looked like he went for a swing.
A little
After
bit.
when
A
he
little bit.
fully
but
turned,
then
he
he kind of held up at the last second and didn't go for his face.
yeah. So
And I think if he, like he says, if he comes talks to the AR and they just give a yellow, VAR I don't
Or
think
just
is going to
call
step
a
in
foul,
and say, yeah,
right?
VAR isn't going to step in and say, hey, look at that again. That's
I
a
don't
red.
know, maybe because the hands to the face thing. Hands
see, but
to face.
that's a better way to do it because if he just says, okay, that's a foul, and then have it go the other way, VAR can check it because it's clear and obvious that if this is a true red card by the rules,
Yeah.
that's clear and obvious. It's going to go to VAR. He's going to get the red card for
It
red
should
balls.
have rescinded the yellow.
Yeah, absolutely. But soccer sucks sometimes.
Yeah, and then Pablo subs out Luna. It's 11-10, and we tie the game at least, and maybe even win. And instead we get Anelli, Cabral, Luna, and then Gozo and a couple other people come over, and the ref feels attacked now, so he's doing this big X thing where you're like, oh, help, I'm being repressed. You're not being repressed, right? Like,
Come see the violence inherent in the system.
you saw him repressing me, didn't you? Right? So that kind of ensues, and then the ref feels even more threatened by RSL. And then, of course, he's going to make stupid plays because he feels threatened. And, he's just a person, and he's out there 22 versus 3, technically. It's him and his two
Well,
other
20.
people in yellow. And, it ends up with 20 after that. But, you get to this point, and as a Real fan, you're like, this is so frustrating. It's frustrating on 4 levels. It's frustrating because Luna was kind of losing his mind because he got hit. Oh, poor baby got hit in a soccer game. It's a contact sport, bro. Get over it. It's contact sport. You're not there yet. You're not the superstar that's going to get every foul called your way. You're no Messi. I'm sorry. I love you.
He's the Wasatch
I
Messi,
love
dude.
You. You are the Wasatch Messi, and you're everything I could ever want.
He's the Wessie.
in a player
He's a West.
for our team. But don't expect the call. Don't act like you deserve the call. Take it when it comes, and when it doesn't come, go with whatever. Now, MLS disciplinary committee came out and fined him,
Who?
Luna, because he didn't leave the field in a reasonable amount of time. And they did that with 4 other players this weekend. Ocampo was one of them from Vancouver on that
yeah,
play
yeah.
you were talking about. 4 other players got dinged for not leaving the field in an appropriate amount of time.
Isn't that 20 seconds or something?
I don't know. You get like 10 seconds to leave the field, whatever. But, you know, I think asking for an explanation of what he saw happen is reasonable. And I think if you just listen to what the ref says, and I've been red carded before for I felt unjustly.
Oh, of course.
You know, and you just gotta, you know, the fight's over at that point. You know, it's like you got hit with your paintball, bro. You just gotta get out. You know what I mean? Paintball bros. Is there any paintball bros out there?
Indoor paintball bros.
Ooh, even better. Once you get hit, bro, you just take it out. Just put your gun up, walk out with your hands in the air. Right?
What about the subs? We had 2 subs. Essentially only 2 subs. We had a time-wasting sub, essentially, in the end. Ruiz in for Ojeda and Cruz in for Ogata. I was thinking about this before we get to the game-deciding situation.
Remnants.
I was trying to figure out what would I do if I'm the coach. How do I bring on somebody to affect the game and be dangerous? And who do I take off? I'm not going to take off Gozo because he's still going.
Energizer Bunny.
Energizer Bunny. He's all over the place. I was thinking Diogo, and there was 2 people I would have after they scored. No, it was before they scored. Maybe after the red card, I either bring in Piol for Diogo because there's going to be some more space on the field. Maybe you can catch him napping because that back line is not quick. Mm-hmm. Tim Parker is not speedy.
Nope.
And they subbed him in, and he's slower than the guys they subbed out.
Right.
Or bring in Johnny Russell, who has only been effective when he's come in. And if you bring in Johnny Russell for Diogo, what are you losing defensively? Not a damn thing.
Not yet.
Whoa, edit that out, man. Can
sorry.
you keep this?
So
Yeah,
I would have.
no, I agree. You could have gone 3 subs there, and I think that might have helped. And Diogo did almost nothing after that, the 64th minute when they subbed in.
He had a few good
for
plays where
Ojeda.
he made the grid pass. He got Gozo, he got Caliscan. I can think of at least 3 passes in the second half where he was playing his teammates on, and they got into the box and created something,
Yeah.
or almost created something.
Well, and then you start subbing out guys that get on a yellow. Gozo hit a yellow at 77. Him and Nealis kind of went at each other, and the ref you get a yellow, you get a yellow, and boy,
that was funny.
Sam kind of made fun of that too. He's like, just talk to the players, man. Throwing the ball at each other, kicking it at each other. There wasn't that much in it. Come
Gozo
on.
just kind of tapped it back at him, and
Yeah.
he picks it up and throws it in his back.
He's 18. Nealis is a grown man, but still, like the line is slight, right?
Who was the player that sent Tim Parker sliding on the sideline? That was pretty good.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if that was Gozo or Luna. Somebody sent him sliding, and he came back. It kind of got a little
And
chippy.
kind of shoved him and stuff. And
Yeah.
that didn't get a yellow, but
I think that's where-
this did,
yeah.
you know? Like,
Yeah, I don't know. So I thought there was some opportunity to bring on, make some changes.
So Kyle Duncan gets a red, 90th minute.
After
After
they-
5 minutes of waiting, and Diego Luna's second yellow does not get rescinded.
I don't think they can review that
cannot
either.
happen, but it was the same play. And they switched the result so they could have. But maybe he deserved a yellow too for his part in what happened. I'm not ruling that out. I'm
And-
giving them an out with that one because Diego Luna kind of landed on him.
Well, they can try, and I guess they can ask, but I don't think it can be rescinded.
Probably not.
But I don't know if it's necessarily a bad thing for Luna. Maybe
Sit out a game and watch for a minute.
yeah, and maybe I thought Diogo. I think RSL played better before he came back. Not a lot better. I mean, because they're still Real Salt Lake, but I thought the team up front was a little more cohesive without someone maybe trying to dominate the ball. And who knows? We got Charlotte coming up, and they haven't been playing incredibly well. But let's get to the
91st minute, they sub in Sean Nealis' brother Dylan Nealis in the 90+1, and Forsberg comes out. I guess they're saving him.
And I'll agree with you right now. You don't have to say anything. It wasn't I don't think it's a penalty kick on Justin Glad.
Yeah, so they lob the ball in.
I'm so with it on this
Choupo-Moting.
one. I am so with it. Like, looking at this, even in slow motion, you can see the amount of force that was applied. Nothing. Like, I
Okay,
don't
so
understand this at all.
They were even. He's not offside.
Right.
We agree with that.
Yeah.
The ball could have hit his arm. It might have.
Shoulder.
It could have.
If you look,
right.
it's like
how
right
far
here.
down, it was hard to tell. Could have been a handball. Probably wasn't, unless we have super, like, 5 or 6 more cameras, right? So play on for both of those, right? Then Choupo-Moting, like, does a spin move in the box, and because Glad's arm is out, now it's a penalty. Their legs didn't collide.
No. And do you see him, his left hand around his chest, his stomach? It's not pulling him.
No,
Like,
in fact, he falls without him.
And he goes like this. Like, if a player's going like this, you know they're faking it. Like, it's not.
He did a spin move into Glad and fell over, and the ref gave him a penalty. It's like the ref wanted them to win this game.
Whoa, don't go
I
that
hate
far.
to
No,
say it.
that's petty.
No,
Don't go
dude,
that far, man.
It
That's-
felt like it.
We're gonna lose- we're
You're
gonna lose
giving
listeners.
him 2 penalties. You're giving him
my
this.
gosh.
You're kicking out Luna, one of our best players. Like, come on. Like,
I don't-
if I didn't have so much evidence against against that, I would never say it. But because there's 6 episodes in this game, I'm like, man, the evidence really is stacked against
I will
this
say
guy.
this though. So I don't think he deliberately wanted us to lose. I do
Oh,
feel
I think
that
he did. Whether he made it like a conscious choice or just subconscious.
Okay.
I would
He
go
wanted us to
subconscious.
lose.
I do think though he did get wrapped up into the emotions of the game.
Too much, way too much.
I do think so. And when you start feeling just the emotions, you stop looking at details. And I think this is a big cause of him understanding that everybody's really aggressive. And so any sort of slight contact, he's going to immediately call it.
Right. Instead of like other refs that are like, no, and they're really decisive like
you
that.
tell me
right?
this.
No,
Well, let's say this.
play on. And Glad,
Do you-
the way he reacts, you're like, you gotta be kidding me, man. You've gotta be kidding me.
Yeah, see, I don't know, man. Like, rewatching
Offside, physical, and then how is that a penalty?
It's not. I don't think it is. And I think what I would like to see from Justin Glad, and this is hindsight is 2020. I think when the ball gets away, I think a more experienced, he's got tons of experience. Maybe you want that center back to take a step away. He gave him the opportunity to hook him, spin around, and fall on him, and sucker the ref into a penalty kick.
But and that's what frustrates me about the VAR here. The VAR reviewed the offside and the handball, and they called him to the monitor, and they didn't review the actual contact that was the penalty.
Yeah, I don't think this is a penalty
Hand.
kick. I honestly don't think it's a penalty kick. And I think right here, this is where Justin Glad, instead of trying to go for the ball, he should have stepped back a little bit and squared up, been less aggressive, and not give him the opportunity to spin around. Because the guy is 36 years old. He's a veteran. And he played right into the ref's hands. And he earned the team a penalty kick. And
Just like Nashville.
And then he walks up like Brian Vera and just smokes a penalty
put it
kick
right
into
in
the corner.
Yeah,
That was beautiful.
Nobody saves that penalty.
But I honestly don't think.
But this is exactly the Nashville game, all over again, right? Honey Mukhtar throws himself down near Caliscan.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Choupo-Moting throws himself down near Glad, and they give him the penalty, and there goes 3 points for them, right? We get nothing.
Oh, he gives a little look to the left and gets Cabral to bite, which
Sure,
is surprising.
but whatever. Nobody's saying
No,
that
even if he looks there, yeah.
penalty. He kicked it off the bottom of the bar, of the bottom of the crossbar and in. That's a perfect penalty.
And so I know it's being a little nitpicky, but I do think that maybe that's the time to know when the game is. It's late in the game.
Just stay back.
Stay back just a little bit and get reset.
Don't have to engage.
Reset and play some defense.
Are you talking about that whole thing? Like,
You're throwing Glad under the bus.
we're
a little
not.
bit.
You think that Glad shouldn't do what he did?
Yeah.
No, I think
better.
Oh
I
my
think he
gosh,
had-
dude! I have never been so more upset in a podcast than today, dude.
No,
Why are we
hate-
talking so much crap?
That's his take.
No,
That's
no,
not my
like,
take.
Your thing on the whole, freaking Junka being out of position on the last goal, and then now you're saying this is Glad's fault?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying he had an opportunity to not
better.
To do what?
Do better.
not
Isolated?
get close.
Just do better, man.
Not get
Just
closer.
do better.
Not get that close to the offensive player. He was trying to take the ball away, and the offensive player, the experienced offensive player, let him get close, and he turned and he fell and he conned the ref into giving a penalty kick. I don't think it's a penalty. I'm not saying Justin fouled him.
No.
I'm not saying. I think he had an opportunity to do
But
something.
you're saying Justin was in the wrong for playing the way he did.
No, I'm saying if he hadn't stayed that close to him, he wouldn't have been able to spin.
Why
and
would
fall
he
down.
not? Like what? So why would Justin Glad, who is isolated with their number 9 most attacking player, right on the outside of the box, give him space?
I'm not talking about a lot of space. You can see if he just would have stayed where he was instead of trying to go for the ball. I'm not saying back off. I'm just saying stay where he was. He got closer, and he turned, and he fell down, and he won a penalty kick. Whether it's right or wrong, I'm just saying that maybe maybe it's wishful thinking, but that's just what I saw.
Maybe if it's the 20th minute, that's understandable. This is the end of the game.
Yeah.
His whole focus is I have to make a stop. There is no, hey, let's just play. Let's play in my box. Let's come on in. I'm gonna kind of give you a little bit of space, make your moves, and then make me look stupid right at the end of the game.
He had help too. Caliscan was right there, close.
But how-
there's help.
okay.
There's lots of ways to go back and say, here's how we
this
should
is
have
where
saved that.
this is where Justin Glad, to save this podcast where we still love Justin Glad, we need to have Justin Glad go to these games and put on one of those meta glasses, and so we can see what he sees. So what he
we
sees,
want to see what he's thinking.
So this is what he sees, guys. This is what he sees. He sees a ball coming up. He sees an incredible attacker right there. Ball coming for an incredible attacker. It's closing minutes. What do? We put our chest on his chest. You ain't getting past me.
Right.
This is it, right?
Yeah.
He does a great job not allowing him to get through.
Correct.
He blocks the ball. Now,
And then he ends up on the wrong side of the player.
no Sherlock. Are you kidding me? Because he is playing close, so that way there is a harder chance for him to get in. He did a magnificent job. The move by him, though, that was absolutely genius by a striker. That is something you do not see very well. Like, you will not see that again probably the entire season. That movement was genius. But Glad was not in the wrong for what he did. The defense on this, look at this. He is isolated. He cannot give him space. He is in his box. You are on him. There is no way. Yes, Caliscan's there. He's not looking to say, hey guys, who's helping me out, man? Who's got a
he's
bird's
just-
eye view?
He's just manning up.
He's got
his
him in
guy.
the ball. That's a defender right there.
Well, and I think the ref thought that he kicked him,
Yeah,
but he didn't.
no. Then that's why did that not go to?
That's what I'm saying. It
that
didn't
went to
go to
VAR?
VAR. The VAR, they called him over to the monitor to review offside, which it wasn't offside. He was right there with him. And then to review the handball,
Not the challenge.
not the challenge. And that was the whole point, was the challenge.
That's crazy to me.
Because
That-
when he came
this
back
right
and
here.
said, like, because it hit both their arms, but it's like their shoulder part of their arms, and I don't want to see that called.
Oh, see, like he runs into him. Yeah, there's no.
Like
There's
he did
nothing.
he did a little pull of his chest.
That's absolutely nothing. Okay. Well, you know what really grinds my gears?
What
Do you know what really grinds my freaking gears? Pro. Pro
Right.
sucks.
Yeah.
I absolutely
It's
hate
almost
it, dude.
like he wanted them to win.
Dude.
Oh, now we're getting
Dude,
crazy.
no. That is absolutely stupid. If that's really how it went down, that is so stupid. Do you think if that happens to
Agreed
a
to agree.
to a bigger market team,
Yeah.
that is not going to exist.
Right.
Oh yeah,
That's-
the Galaxy and LAFC, they don't get that call.
That's
Well, they
picking
get
on
that
a little
call.
guy. That is so stupid.
Yeah.
They get that call on us all the time. But
I did not see this replay.
Now
I-
look at this. 93.50 is when he goes down, right? 93.53. Okay? They don't take the penalty kick till the 99th minute, and 2 minutes later they call the game.
Dude, that's absolutely.
It's like they didn't know how
This
to
is insane to me.
keep time either.
Look at this. So he creates space. Look at him go. He's creating your space that you want. This is a brilliant move.
Glad's with him.
But look,
See,
he's
right?
pushing Glad down with his hips.
Right.
And that's why Glad is smiling. He's like,
He's like,
real,
oh,
like he's
yeah.
pushing me down. Like, dude, and there's no wrap on there. Glad is not putting any pressure on the wrap.
Do you know who does?
Look at what he says. Decision, penalty kick, confirming no offside and no handball. That's what he said. They didn't review the actual foul. And that's why Glad was all upset. And then look, it's 98 something when he kicks the ball, and they don't get back and lined up till 99 plus, and they call it at 103 with 8 minutes of stoppage time. It's like they can't count. There was 5 more minutes of stoppage time when they called the game.
That's so sad.
And we just put in Johnny Russell to actually do something. So
Yeah.
what I would say about that.
I don't know if you have 10 things to complain about in this game, but you got at least 5,
Okay, that oh man.
right?
What I would say about that is, you know who that doesn't happen to? Tim Parker. Tim Parker doesn't get turned.
He's trying to grind your gears now, Brennan. He's trying to grind
Oh
them.
my gosh.
And see,
dude.
look, he calls it at 101.49, dude.
Yeah, I thought
Like,
there was
what?
more time.
No,
And-
you don't know how to keep time. I don't know
So-
if that's the 4th official or this ref that's just like, let's get out of here.
Well, maybe they pissed him off enough, and like Brennan said, he just kind of got emotional. So it was a missed opportunity again for RSL to get away with the point in New York. But we end up losing 2-1 on some pretty controversial play. But at the same time, if we look at let's look at the stats. For the most part,
Oh, don't you dare say this.
Not-
We just
not
had
a
a conversation about this. If you say shots on goal, I'm going to smack you.
well, they had 7 shots on goal.
Okay.
And they had 24
The Red Bulls
shots.
had
You're grinding my gears
24
so
shots,
much
bro.
today, dude.
And I just think it just kind of shows that they were dangerous more often than RSL.
No.
RSL's had some great opportunities, but I think it shows that, especially in the first half, they just kind of
Look at their expected goals, 3.8 with 2 penalties. So if you take away the 2 penalty kicks, it's pretty even, 1.8 to 1.3. But it's 3.8 with 2 penalties in there. That's a lot of expected goals.
I think RSL had an opportunity here, and they let it get away. Is that fair?
So here's the thing. Like,
So we're mad at our team a little bit, but we're really mad at Pro.
So in hindsight, looking at this game, the first half, we need to do far more in that first half, especially away. When we get into this 1-0, 2-0 lead, we kind of have this weird mental or game plan that just it allows for things to get through the cracks and discombobulate the game.
Yeah, I agree. RSL gets up 1-0, goes up a goal, and then they're worried about staying up 1 instead
That's
of saying,
weird, yeah.
instead of going, hey, you know what? Let's go up 2 or 3, right? I'd rather have them try and go up 1, score in the 3rd minute, and try and get up 2-0 before halftime, and risk being at 1-1.5. Right?
Yeah.
You're not behind, but you have the opportunity to go up 2-0 and then make the opponents expose their back line a little bit more because they got to get into the game. And I think that's a failing of Pablo as a coach, or as tactics and mentality, not to trust his players to go forward.
Well,
But we don't
five
score.
subs. We
I don't
have
know about
5
that,
subs,
man.
guys.
And we basically used 2.
We basically used 2 in the 64th, and then Johnny Russell came in at 90 plus 11 for
Yeah, I
28
think-
seconds.
Well, I think that was to extend the time.
right.
Yeah.
Thinking that the ref was actually keeping it properly.
Yeah.
But I really would have liked to seen Johnny Russell or Piol, one of those two, come in with about 10 minutes to go in the game. I think they might have added something, especially Piol.
Yeah, and instead, Pablo does this thing where I think he rewards players for their early play by leaving them in too long.
What are you talking about? That was the best part of playing soccer is if your coach had your back, you knew that hey, he had faith in you in coming back in those situations. That's what I enjoyed. I had one coach that he literally thought the world of me. He just said, "Hey, you're gonna be the center, and you get to go wherever you want." And I was like, "Hey, this is great, awesome." And I don't know how many.
Yeah, you feel the pressure to live up to that, right?
No. What it was like, okay, as long as I execute, as long as I am playing at a high level, regardless of the outcome, I know he's got my back. So when things get dicey, he's going to keep me in, because that's the kind of person I wanted to be. Is when things got bad, I wanted to be there to fix them, you know? And I feel like most of the guys on the field, they have that same mentality. They want to be in it when things go right.
Right, but when Luna goes out and now we're playing 10 on 10, why don't you put in some guys that are going to go run through a wall for you? Take out Diogo, right?
I do believe in that. I do
sub
think
out Agata.
the Gata, yes, because we want to see Cruz. You want to keep Gozo in because he's been effective. Diogo would be the smart option and I think Johnny Russell is a great option too. I mean,
and maybe towards the end, sub out Caliscan and throw in Johnny Russell, right? That's your like extra striker thing that you do to push for the win. And instead, you lose out on that because you don't infuse your team with somebody who's gonna, Gozo it up. Gozo's still gonna run, but everybody else takes it down a notch because they're tired, whether it's subconscious or not. Right? They're not 18 years old and can't run forever, right?
All right, so RSL, frustrating loss. There was a lot of things to talk about in that game.
And RSL Twitter went nuts, man. Did you guys see all that?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
No.
it was man of the match, and it was the ref showing a red card and stuff, man. It was good stuff, man. RSL Till I Die Facebook page was lighting up. John Hinckley was going all sorts of angry, and it was funny. It was good stuff, John.
I watched the first half, and then I had something to do because I was in Seattle for an event. And one thing you need when you go to Seattle, make sure you have some Narcan, whatever that stuff is, because you run into dead people on the streets almost. I had to call 911. We're walking from our hotel to the convention center. There's a guy laying across the sidewalk, and I swear that guy was dead. And walk up to him, and he's like, Alicia's like, is he dead? I don't know. And then I went to bend down. He started twitching his hand. And then this guy walked up behind me with a dog. He was a former cop. He goes, hey, buddy. He does the sternum rub. Like, he literally walked up like 10 seconds after we're standing there like, what do we do? And so we called 911, and then 2 minutes later, the cops and the poor guy. Yeah, so when you go to Seattle, they should, like, when you get off the plane or you pull in, here's your Narcan, because you're going to find somebody on the street there. It was pretty bad.
Weird.
Yeah,
Cool.
It was. So anyway,
Don't know what that has to do with soccer, but all right.
I just want to, any chance I get to run Seattle down. No, it's a nice place. But that's where I was talking about. That's where I was during the game. And then I didn't get the chance to watch the second half. That's where I was going. I wanted to get the story in about the.
Yeah, my kids were acting up during the game. Discipline them.
I looked at the score after I watched the first half, and it's 2-1 Red Bull and red cards. I'm like, what the flip? What the flip? What the heck? What the heck?
Dude, what the heck? H-double hockey sticks.
And then I thought, man, RSL must have really screwed it up. And then I go and watch the second half, and I'm like,
kind of.
it's like, what the heck? It
we
wasn't
could've
the
done so much
outcome
better.
I expected. So.
Right. So, like, for me, I was sitting there in my living room, and I was talking to my wife, because I have a wife.
And then your kids
my
were-
dog, I got a new dog. Her name's Rose. She's really cute. She came
Tell
up.
us all about how you
and
got Rose.
She jumped on me, and I was like, Rose, get off.
You
And I'm
silly
pushing
dog.
Rose, watching the game, pushing Rose still, watching the game.
Did you give her a yellow card?
And then Cam comes over and goes, hey, babe, do you want dinner? And I'm like, yeah. And so then Rose comes back up onto me again after I've already said I want dinner. Like, I've already established that, right? We're gonna eat. Rose comes on me, trying to like me, like, hey, Rose, not anymore. Throw the toy.
Are you dead, dog?
No, I'm not dead. I'm not dead
dog's
yet.
not dead.
I throw the toy, it falls down, and then the game finishes. And so what I mean by that is, definitely tip your waiter when you go to the
Tip your
restaurant.
waiter.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? Because it connects. It's all
Yeah.
connecting.
They could be on drugs and need Narcan. You never know.
Go RSL.
Yep.
All right, I want to get that story. All right. so, all right, RSL frustrating loss 2-1.
What's your social security number? We should tell everybody. What's your social?
Come on, Crawley update. Oh man, we suck.
Oh, dude.
Crawley?
First
Dude.
2 games of the season, they lost 3-0. They lost the second game 2-1, and then they lost in the Carabao Cup or one of the cups today, 3-1.
Was it
2-1 or 3-1, I think again. So
Wait, the season already started?
yeah,
Yeah, the 3-0 was really brutal though.
yeah. I've watched both games. I didn't watch the one today because of work, but man, we got a lot of work to do.
What were you doing at work, huh?
Not watching what I should have been. I got not doing my Crawley homework because I had to work.
That's very
So
true.
man, gosh, I hate having a job.
Yeah, I know that sucks. Me
It
too.
does. So, but yeah, we'll get into it. As you can see, they got the nice kits. Hopefully, their nice kits this season are not the best thing about the season because we've got a long way to
Well,
go.
you know, you did this before when WAGME first bought the team and they had that little squiggly line that's rainbowy and stuff. You said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, these jerseys are so sick. And it was like the worst season they've ever had.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah.
And over to Wrexham. Wrexham had a game too.
Oh, darn, did they?
Guess who they played?
Who did they play?
Hull City. Guess what the score was? 3-3. I didn't even let you guess because somebody scored from Hull City.
Oh, was it the tree?
Matt.
Was it the tree,
Crooks
baby?
In the 81st minute, had one of the 3 goals for Hull City. It was the last goal for Hull City. It was 3-1 at the time. And Ollie Palmer got subbed in for Wrexham and scored in the 90+1 and 90+2
Former Crawley Town player.
to go to, it's like the League Cup first round. Anyway, then the home team goes.
That's
What a
on
great
penalties.
organization.
That's
You got
what
to
they-
admit, dude. Like to come
And their
up from
first
League
game,
Two.
the
is
first game
crazy.
Wrexham played in the championship, they were up 1-0 and gave up 2 goals after the 90th minute. So there.
That's very true. That was a tough one.
There.
And if you want to go back and listen to our interview with Mark, who was the sound guy for Welcome to Wrexham and has won 2 Emmys, he got nominated again.
Oh, he did? Really?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's going for
Great job,
3 in a row. So good luck.
Go
Our
Marky Mark.
Fellow yarn-aholic.
Yes. Yes.
Yarny doodle? I don't know. What do the yarn people call each other? Yarnals?
Tell them all about it.
Yarnaholic.
This is your pathway
Yarns
to
So
everybody.
when you're going to a
Talk
yarn
about
event in
skeins.
Seattle, make sure you have Narcan.
How much are
Because-
skeins?
How much per skein?
Yeah, how much per skein?
Yardage or cost?
Oh, boy.
Because they have different yardage. It depends on the weight.
Do you think people even listen to this podcast this far?
No.
Like,
So,
you know what I mean?
It's actually
There should be a keyword at the end of this.
65% of the podcast listens to the whole thing no matter how long we go.
Okay, can I do something fun? Okay, if you're still listening to this podcast, go follow me on Instagram. My name is Brennan, Random Fan, or what is it called? Is it Random Fan
Yeah.
Brennan or something like that? Something like that. And then
Something like that.
DM me a picture of a pineapple, and I will get you a $25 gift card to whatever you want.
Hat. You don't want to give away a hat?
We give away
You
so
want to
many
give
hats.
$25?
Yeah,
to
a $25 gift card. I don't think
Wow.
anybody's actually going to listen to this.
Just one, though, right? You don't want to end up giving away $200.
First
Well,
person
no, it's the
to do
first
it.
person who does
First
it. You know what I
person.
mean?
Yeah,
And it's got to be a.
It's gotta be a real
It's not an
pineapple.
emoji pineapple. It's
No.
a real pineapple.
It's got to be a pineapple.
And I need to see your hand on it, because that way I know you're not just like photoshopping.
Okay.
So if you can send 2 photos, one photo saying this is my hand, second photo saying this is my hand in front of a pineapple, $25 gift card, baby.
Wow. And there you have it.
All right, so thanks for listening. Be make sure to follow us on all the social medias. Instagram, Twitter, X, Twitter, whatever it is.
Not OnlyFans yet. We're still working on the belly.
Hey, there's people that pay good money for that. So
Oh,
I
boy.
hear.
There's always a fetish.
So, and YouTube, and go to Hooligans-Soccer for some of the stuff we write about. And thanks for listening. Appreciate it.
Ciao.
See ya.